get started. Even though we are in a gymnasium, please, if you could, treat this space as if it were the auditorium. So if you do need to leave, please try to wait until we are switching ensembles or switching songs. There's applause. And with that, we're just going to get started. This is our 5th grade band. They started at the beginning of the school year. We're going to play a couple of selections out of their books, classics that probably recognize them all. So a lot of transitions. This is a really cool song. We're going to tune the timpanis real quick just to make sure that they're where they need to be, and then we're going to start. Thank you. 7th and 8th graders. We've got 2 songs for you. This first one is called Dark Ride by Randall Standards. It seems like I can't go one concert without programming this guy. I just like the way he writes. I really think it works for all levels of ensembles. And he gives parts to everybody that is at least somewhat interesting. Very rarely are there parts where it's just full notes or quarter notes for somebody the entire time. And it gives off this kind of like haunted, carnival, spooky vibe. So a lot of the kids were like, we should have done this in October. And it's like, yeah, sure. But it's cool. It's got another time change. Starts kind of slow, gets faster. So this is Dark Ride. Right along this next song, this band actually picked it themselves. So I like in the spring to give the middle schoolers a chance to pick a song that they want to play. So much of the year for every ensemble is beat picking and being based on a theme or what we have to do for festival or something like that. So when I get the chance, I like to give middle school the opportunity to listen to a bunch of songs that I thought would be doable, and they voted on this one. So this is the Avengers theme. And it was a little bit tough at first, but I think they really get it now. So this is their last song when we were in high school. I have some thank yous to give out real quick. I want to thank Mr. Miller for getting a live stream set up and all of his kids that are on that. I want to thank Mr. Matthias for helping me print the programs when my Microsoft publisher would be wacky this morning, so thanks to her. Of every building, since we have all of the kids I teach every day, every level of band, every single building administrator, and their teachers for letting them out of class at odd times, getting them across the street and to this building from over at the grade school, allowing us to do these rehearsals, allowing us to have this big event in this room instead of forcing us to be in the auditorium where not all of you would fit. So thank you to every administrator, Superintendent Mr. Ida Cabbage, all the building principals. Thank you to all of them who on the back of the program. Thank you. I'll have a few more later, but let's get to the amendments. While they finish getting settled, this is the high school band. They have by far the busiest schedule of any of the ensembles you've seen so far. So it starts actually in the summer. Band camp, prepping for the marching band show, then there's marching band season and football season, all of the year. They're at all the home games. They travel for marching band festivals, and it's just a very busy time doing both music and how to move in a coordinated manner on the field. Then you go right into a concert right as soon as football season's done. The concert comes up real quick with that winter concert. In the spring, we've got basketball fixing a flickering light, helping get the bleachers pulled out, cleaning things up, making sure that the room was nice and ready for us. This first song that the high school is going to play is called Sogno di Volare, and it is from the Civilization games. I believe it's from Civ 6. But they're always bugging me to play video game music, so I finally let them happen. So here we go. Song from Civilization. Before we move on to high school's last Friday, seniors were presented with awards and scholarships. I told several of them they'll get more stuff at the concert, so here's that. Some of the kids behind me don't know what they're getting, so that's the fun part. I'm going to save that at the end. The first couple of awards I want to get down, they know, is the Patrick S. Gilmore Band Award. These awards are given to seniors who show dedication and commitment to band. Both of these students have or are currently holding leadership positions, and they've shown over my time here a willingness to do basically anything I ask of them to help us be successful. So the winners of those awards was Brenna Williams and Matthew Montgomery. The John Phillips Award is the award given to the top member of the band, the one who shows the most dedication, and is always typically a senior. It's always a senior. So, this student is our drum major. She has shown incredible dedication. She's learned another instrument over the last 2 years to help fill the role. She's directed the pep band when I've been gone. The winner of the John Phillips Award is Sabrina Brisson. This is just a director's award. It doesn't have any other affiliation with it really, but I judged it based on the same criteria. People with dedication, who have committed to the band, they do what they need to do, they go above and beyond when asked. These students, none of them are seniors, so I expect them to be great leaders next year as well. The 3 winners of the director's award are Eric Logan, Gracie Stebbin, and Kylie. So you'll notice if you've been to our concerts before listening to the program, we're going to play the Liberty Bell by John Phillips Sousa. Up next, we're going to see if you remember what we practiced earlier. So, I'm going to invite all of the grade school and all the middle schoolers back up here, and we're going to get set for our final song. Thank you. 5th through the 12th graders, all along my school. High schoolers in the morning, middle school right before lunch, and then I am my main grade school. So this is everybody that I see on a daily basis. As most of you probably know, I am returning to school next year to get my master's, so this is actually the last time I'll be conducting that. And with that said, I just want to say that I'm immensely proud of the kids behind me. They had to put up with me as much as I put up with them. And I just know that they're going to be very successful in whatever avenue they take, whether it's music or beyond. They're going to be a great group of adults when they get out of here and they graduate. So I want to say thank you to all of them. Thank you to all of you. I could not imagine starting my career elsewhere. And with that, let's listen to some Jurassic Park. Fifth and sixth grade, make sure you take all of your stuff out of the building. Same with seniors, you have one more shot to be in this building. So make sure you take everything that is yours home with you. We're going to tear down a little bit back here, so your kid may be a little late getting out to you. Thank you all for coming. Get home safe. Have a good one.